Hello,
You
John.
good?
It is so great to have you on this call today. I'm so excited to show the people how this amazing app works and what it can do, how it can help business owners just to simplify what they do in terms of creating content and how to create campaigns and also for the specific or for various platforms. So I look very much forward to see what you are showing us today. So welcome, John.
Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, I'm excited too. I think the critical thing to communicate with this app is that you can upload all of the clients' standard operating procedures, all of their library of products or services, and all of their data, all of their SOPs, all of their own library as to how they run their business. That then becomes the library that this app goes to create the content, and I'll talk about how that creates the content. But
Wonderful.
essentially what you want to produce with content is something that resonates with your target personas, your ideal client personas, in a tone of voice that resonates with that ideal client, and using terms and search terms that are relevant with demand, so that you know there is volume there and you're not producing content that doesn't get any views. So the dashboard includes a strategic advisor, which is AI. This is AI native, by the way. So it'll actually tell you and recommend according to the goals you've set on what it is that you need to do. So it's basically like creates a dynamic to-do list every day. And this is telling me this is important and I need to publish these articles, but I've been demoing too much and not done it myself. So basically that's the dashboard. The next thing is your personas. Now what happens is these get created automatically by scanning the client's website. So we will take their website and their products or services, and then the AI will automatically create what it thinks is a target persona for those products or services.
Oh, that's
Now,
wonderful.
once you've got them, then you can also edit them. So let's say this is my enterprise SEO manager or digital lead channel. I can set the tone of voice as to what I want to talk to him about, set the avatar color. But then here you can edit the demographics of who they're targeting. So location, office size, income, education, company size, how old they are. You can be very specific. Then you've got the psychographics. So what do they like? How do they think? What goals they have? And what are they really trying to develop and grow, implement content for? What their pain points are. So where they are struggling and what issues have they got internally. And then what the buying motivations of this target persona are, and what they are really looking to buy, but then also what's stopping them from buying as well.
Mm.
So you can put the seeds of doubt, which it can help address, and then also the buying motivations. So all those positive reinforced drivers that you want to do, and then you've got the communication style, sort of like how you want to do that, right? How you want to produce the content. So you can add as many personas as you like. I'd recommend, just those for your ideal client audiences.
Yeah.
And you can ask me any questions on that if you want. Yeah.
And I
Got
think
any
maybe just,
questions?
I think for now, I think for, especially when they start out originally, it's just to rather stick with this. And because they are obviously data driven and, what will
Yeah.
work for
And
that
you can
company is
edit
based
it.
on nothing. And then just coming back to your point also about before you start to upload the SOPs, the websites, and all of that. So it's obviously very important that those kind of things need to be as much up to date as possible, so that it also doesn't create this on information that's not accurate or up to date as well.
Yeah, exactly. If it's blank, and you'll see in a moment, it'll still create stuff, but it's not going to be unique to your company,
Yeah,
right? So that's the difference.
definitely.
So that's the personas. Okay, you can have as many of those as you like. This is a company research. So this is a lead gen tool or lead discovery tool. So basically, you can put in who you're targeting, some keywords like marketing agency or whatever, what industry they're in, and then where they're located, right? So this, for example, I just did CRO or conversion rate optimization agencies in London, just to give you an example. Okay, but then it gives you the details, gives you their website, tells you how big they are, pulls their description and what they're doing, along with some contact information as well as their LinkedIn company profile. Okay. Here's the brand voice. Now this is, you can add different brand voices if you have different products or different customer groups that you want to talk to in a different way. So you might have the same product but with a B2B proposition or a B2C proposition. So here you would change the brand voice. Okay. The content analyzer, this is where you upload your library, and what the AI agents do is mine all of that information and then use it to inform what your output will be, so that it's all tailored and unique just to your business and product sets. Okay. Within the content that it's producing, you can also add internal links or internal URLs. So here I've got 3 as an example, but and I can edit them. But you basically insert the link, put the link title, that's just internal, and then the topic or keyword where you think this link is relevant to. So I've done SEO services, website optimization, and SEO, right? Just as examples of the topics. But then I've also said, right, okay, whenever the keyword SEO services or web optimization or increase web traffic, I'm going to edit or improve web traffic, where that link appears, where that text appears in the content that's being generated by the app, it will automatically insert that link for you.
Wow, that's amazing.
And what that does is helps keep the spiders on the page, the robot the Google search engine spiders,
Yeah.
but also the users, right? And it also helps with the internal contextual linking. Okay. So here you've got a question generator. So this pulls from people also ask and people also search on leveraging Google's search intent algorithm, right? So you can create 10, 25, or 50 questions, right? And basically I've done a topic here. You can see that it's titled here, Google Ads Optimization, right? So here you can see the different search intent, transactional, comparative, informational, problem solution, right? So you can start to produce content according to the search intent by the user. And where, I'll probably go for transactional intent or informational intent first, or maybe comparative, but, definitely transactional. But here, these are questions that Google's algorithm has suggested to users when they've typed in Google Ads optimization. Okay. So what you do here, you then click the blog that you want to create, and you then add it in. You can choose who you're producing this for, right? So what persona you're targeting, what brand voice you're targeting, and then how long you want the content to be.
Amazing.
Okay. Then you click generate, and this is from the questions that are being suggested from the question generator that you've just seen. But you can also generate it from the products that you've uploaded.
Wow.
Okay. So if you've got a particular product that is, I don't know, doing something in particular, then, and here you can see that it's generated a blog, 792 keywords, 792 words. And then here's the blog, which is created, right?
Amazing.
So you then got the headers, right? You've got the status here in draft. And it's also done your meta title for you.
Sure.
And the meta description, all within recommendations.
Now
Then you
currently I
can
have to do all of this manually. My image, my keywords, my meta description, my meta title, I all have to generate separately from a platform like this. So this is really amazing.
So here I'm just going to edit the image that I want to create. I've just made that up, or you can upload your own image if you've got your own library that you can do, or the client's got their own store.
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't have clicked generate, but so here that's that I can add to that image, right? So then you just download it and then copy and paste into whatever platform you're in, or you download it and send it to the client. They can edit it, or you can copy it and then paste it into WordPress or whatever, right?
That's awesome.
So going back to the library, you'll also see, what is published, what isn't. That's just by editing it yourself. But then here, when you go to social variants, you can connect your LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, right? And what you do is you select your blog, and then you generate the social variants, which are all optimized for those platforms, right? So sorry, I shouldn't have clicked that, because it will take a little time to do it. But you'll get the idea. Anyway, once it's there, I don't know whether this will work, but yeah. So basically, once you could copy and paste your content from the different channel, and then you can start to post onto each of those, right? So LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can schedule it in here. So when do you want it to go to? You can make it a recurring post and schedule it every 15 days, and how many times do you want it to go, and then add your image in there, and then click schedule, right? And then it all appears in here, when you've got your diary, your posts scheduled. And I need to do some because
and this is where the VAs will come in very handy as well, because I'm sure there's a lot of business owners out there that will see this and love it, but they just don't have got the time or the staff to do this for him or her. And then it's
no, exactly,
to be able to know that we also have a group of VAs available that can help them to actually do this tasks for them.
No, exactly. So there's the one thing you do need to do before you can publish to your social accounts is connect
Let
the
them out.
accounts to the app, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because each client has their own login credentials, and you'll need to add in, here's your API key and whatever, but then you need to give the access token and the access token secret, and then enable posting to the account
Yeah.
before you can put. But that's like a single time setup,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that
So you
makes
just
sense.
need to do all of that. Um, Email automation. It's not a newsletter blast element. It's just for persona based messaging or lead follow up that has come in within the app. Okay. So it's not looking at replacing your MailChimp or something like that. This is for one to one comms. Okay. And here you can sort of start to create your automations. You go and here are all your triggers. So I want it to be, 3 days after I've done something, or it could be a CRM stage, like lead score change, things like that. And then you just name it. You put what service you want it to link to, put your, do your email subject, and then your elements, and then done. Right. The post performance, the analytics, I need to connect my Google Analytics and my platform analytics, but then that'll all pull into here as well and analyze your post performance, and you'll be able to see competitor benchmarking, what your top performing content is, and all the rest of that.
That's
Okay.
wonderful.
Here, this is your adaptive strategy. So this is something that the AI agent has suggested to me, right? And so if I wanted to edit it, I can do.
Okay.
Okay. Um, so, but this is where this is just so you can see what's happening and who you're targeting, like an overall summary,
And what
right?
it's basing its information on.
What I've put into it,
Yeah.
right? Or what was generated right at the start.
Correct.
Okay. Um, so then you've also got the keyword tool. So this is VA services. I'm not sure whether that'll work. Um, yeah, it's not connected yet. But in time, you'll be able to scour all these countries, right? And when you put in a keyword, it will give you a list of keywords that are associated by pulling from people also ask, people also search, as well as Google Planner. So the criteria for Google Planner is over 10 searches a month with advertising on. 94.74% of searches are under 10 searches a month,
Wow.
which means you can target a lot of that high intent long tail search that is more likely to convert.
Sure.
95.55% of content on Google gets zero traffic from Google, and that's
Wow.
before AI overviews.
Mm.
And with Google search, 70% is zero click. And with AI overviews, that zero click rises to 80 to 83% of search is zero click. So part of this is about targeting the right content
Yeah.
with the right with the right tone of voice, with the right messaging where you know there is demand,
Yeah.
and then producing that content, harvesting that search intent to buy your product or service.
Yeah, I love that
Okay.
because this is data driven. It's not like us guessing what is working or, having to pay for this expensive tools that will be able to tell you what is positive and negative keywords. It's
Exactly.
all included into
Well,
this platform.
yeah, I mean, you can basically specify what keywords are that you want. But, let's just say, so just let me give you another example. So for this um, piece, what you can do is copy and paste up to 30 URLs,
Mm.
and what it'll do is check that the SEO titles and the meta descriptions accurately reflect the page content. So here it's pulled up and it says update the title tag to include services and relevant keywords. Replace the because at the moment I've got services as the H1.
Yeah.
So what it's so it's basically giving you tips on
Okay.
how to improve the page that you've got on your website already.
Wow, that's amazing.
So you can start to target, or you can ensure each page is targeting a specific keyword,
Yes.
and then this is what it's recommended I do. So it said, look, I need to change the heading to AI marketing services. I
Sure.
need to optimize this meta description. That's what shows in the service results. And then, here's my new H1 heading that I need to put onto the web page.
Wow, that's amazing.
So you can do up to 30. You can do up to 30 at a time. So that is your instant SEO optimizer. Then you got the indexing, which is the Maxirank service.
Yeah.
That isn't connected at the moment
Okay.
for web apps. For websites. But if you buy a web app, it is.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. So if you said, I've got a client website and you wanted to do the indexing, then I can basically turn that on manually.
Yes.
Then you've got a CRM in here as well. So here you can see what I've been doing. You can add contacts in, but this is really what you can do with this is if you've already got a CRM, you
Yeah.
can integrate your CRM into this.
Yes.
So and that's just with a connector app, which is £10 a month. And if you're on HubSpot or you're on Salesforce, or it doesn't matter what you're on, we can basically connect it using an AI agent, and it will pull all of this stuff and pass data two-way in a live environment in real time. I think it's every 5 minutes, sorry.
Sure.
So that all of your contacts, all of your pipeline elements, all of those are operational and have the the content and the messaging attached to them, but then that data is flowing two-way,
Yes.
so that whatever's coming in here can go back into your CRM as well.
No, that's amazing.
Then you got the client journey mapping, right? So you can start to say specific to clients or personas. And then, do you want it done for you? Do you want educator? This is for my app. And then who am I targeting? What persona with what product? And then I can sort of start to create a new customer onboarding journey for that target customer. So yeah, but what I'd start off with is basically the personas,
Yes.
the brand voice, the uploading of your existing product suites and services,
Yeah.
then go on to the questions and products and blog. Oh, excuse me.
Okay.
And then start to do that social scheduling
Yeah.
and connect your social accounts, and then you're pretty much done with your content output and the demand discovery for for your advertising when you want to grow it.
That's right. And so there's no extra cost involved in now also having to do Google Ads, get somebody to do Facebook
No.
marketing.
So this is just the content app. Okay. There is another app available
Okay.
for paid advertising.
Okay.
That will be an additional charge, right? But this is what you see out the box.
Okay.
Okay. And the pricing is on here basically. So well, for the content app, I've not got any. I haven't got the price displayed. So this is the pricing. So basically, if you want if you want a web app, responsive design, custom SEO, CMS, content management system, and sitemaps, analytics report, that's 75 a month. Okay.
Okay.
And then if you want an e-com store,
Okay.
like a website
Products.
for up to 2,000 products, then that's 95 a month.
Okay.
And if you've got something, outside of that, then it's just like a custom build. Like we developed there was a business that has 13 brands, and what we've done is said, look, he had 13 brands operating 10 different CRMs. None of them talked to each other. They had 2 people managing data full time between all of the different softwares that they're using. So what we've done is implemented an override layer where that business owner now has a dashboard across all of his 13 brands, right? Coming into one app. He's replaced one person's job already, just on the data, and he knows it's 100% accurate.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? Because it's driven by the machine.
Yes.
And there's no delay, it's in real time. So the other thing is that within that, he's then asked us, can you build an app to do this? Right? Which is basically to run all of his websites for him and produce content across those 13 brands. So what we've done, because and then we're building it for him, and that was live within a week.
Amazing.
And that now he has a dashboard across all his businesses, syncing data. But that took there's a setup charge for that, and that's depending on the scope of build. But essentially, I think this guy was £5,000, just so you know, on a setup. But then and then he's got different apps running. So he's what he's done is trialing one brand with the app, because this is a full CRM for estate agents or for an accountant or an e-com store. So if you want a web app, then that would be a price. If you want a CRM for an e-com store, that would be that price.
Yes.
If you want the content app on top, then that, do you see what I mean? So it's like you build
Yeah.
You build slowly with each different product, and each of them, you know, roll roll out. But they take about, you know, this that content app that I've shown you takes
Yes.
about 2 hours to build,
Okay.
um, and needs to be scheduled. So
Exactly.
yeah, and then
That's great.
so
And also
so this is the hold on, sorry. This is the CRMs, and then you've got the add-ons.
oh
So
yes.
if you want, right, so if you want, so I've shown you everything within the app,
Sure.
but if you wanted questions to blogs, you know, that element that I saw, the marketing connector to your database,
Yeah.
you want the social media scheduler,
Sure.
right? You want the messaging and the WhatsApps,
Sure.
or you want a live chat bot,
Oh, that's
you know,
amazing.
then it's just 10, you know, and you basically just add to your cart,
Gosh, yeah.
and then you go, right?
Mhm.
Um, and then you've got support packages in there as well.
That's amazing.
Okay, you know, and then here's your CRM, you know, and it works pretty much out of the box. You know, and then you've got the different blogs on here, you know, trying to say, you know, what you're doing and what, you know, how you're selling it and all the rest of it. So
Awesome.
um, how's that?
I love that. And I think what is amazing about this is 100% customizable. Because normally you just
Exactly.
have to pay, you pay for what you get, and you don't determine what it is that you actually get. This way you can be very specific, and you can add the stuff that will really help your specific business and make it optimized in terms of your needs as a business versus just a generic thing that's available to everyone. That's what I really love about this.
Exactly. And you know, everybody's buying a square box that they've bought, thinking,
Yeah,
and then you have, you know, but every business is round, if you see what I
yeah,
mean, and it's got like specific issues that you know, that need um, you know, that they need different things. So
yes,
it's always like there are bits that need to get plumbed in, or need to get connected, or need to be maintained, and it's that gap fill
yes,
that these AI agents can do.
absolutely. And I think what's also helpful in terms of this whole platform is that, like with me, normally I will have to get my content from
So
one
this
place and get something else from another place, use my scheduler and all of those things, but they're not talking to each other. This way, all of it is just on one platform to see, what it is
exactly
that we are working on. And especially for a team to see that functions aren't duplicated, that everybody actually is aware of the same strategy in terms of content and all of those kind of things. And everybody can see also when they go to the analytics, this is doing well, we can create more around this versus other that's not doing so well, and you can actually drive it also in terms of that versus just guessing what's working.
exactly. So this is like a retailer CRM
Mm,
demo example.
that's amazing.
Um, so you know, you'll see what you've got. You'll be able to see who the customers are. You know,
Wow.
when they last, what their churn risk is, how much they've spent, how many orders they've placed.
Yeah.
Then you got different orders. You can see, you know, the status of it.
Wow. That's
Um, you got different product catalogs. You know, so you can upload and add your product set. Different lead gen, you know, so how are you doing on these with all of those? You got your analytics, so you know, what's the lifetime value, segmentation, marketing automation again, so you can run different win back campaigns, or
I see it's got the
you know,
abandoned cart as well. So people that goes out and then you're able to send them an email as well. I think that's amazing.
exactly. Well, this is for an e-com store, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
uh, and then you can have a chatbot widget, if you want, plugged into the site. If you want that integrated into your current site, we can do that. Or you can run a custom web app, and then you can add in this. So for an out of the box retailer or an e-tailer, it's really pretty powerful.
Yeah, oh no, that is very helpful.
And this is, that is that what I've just showed you is this. So that was the retail e-commerce thing, the demo. So again, that's 120 a month. Minimum term is 1 year for each app. That's an important thing to note.
Yes.
But actually, if you're wanting to sell these for, so let's jump back into here. You could run this for Maxirank, right? And then get to know it, get to use it, and then start to run your customers on this.
And also then the commission is also then per month, because they are paying per month for that 12 months, right? It's not just once off commission.
No, it would be recurring. So and this is where, and because you're running the invoicing and your agreement is with the client,
yes,
you're in control of it.
100%. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, John. I'm sure that the VAs and the clients will love to see how this works. So yeah, I was already speaking to the VAs today that this is coming. So I'm sure they're going to be very excited to see this, as I was when I first saw it, and today as well. Thank you very much for your time, John. Appreciate that.
No, it's a pleasure.